So I think we're going to start off with Tenet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember me coming out of IMAX. I thought, this is a thought-provoking movie. And I put out a video where I was like, this is a hair-raising high-stakes action thriller from an extraordinary director. And what I like, it's purely a Nolan movie. So we know what Nolan does. He has a concept, not so straightforward. He has an unlinear way of telling the story. And Tenet is a unique movie because it's an experience. And as one of the characters said, don't try to understand it, feel it. And when you go into Tenet with that thought process, then it'll be easier for you, even though it's a bit confusing. But the upside to that is Tenet is going to kill it at the box office because it's going to require a lot of repeat viewings because you don't really understand what's happening during the first viewing. So I think you need a couple of repeat viewings to understand what's happening, a la Inception and Interstellar and the likes. And Tenet feels like the love child between Memento, Interstellar, and Inception.
Right.
And yeah, it has interesting concepts. So I hope that you guys can go check it out and enjoy the experience as much as I did.
Right.
Though it's not one of Nolan's best work. It's good, not bad. Yeah, in the
Right.
sense that it's both the best and the worst in Nolan. Yeah.
Right.
Specifically, he does this thing where the audio, the soundtracks and the action undermine the dialogue, which he says it's intentional because that's what the character is can hear or can't hear. But then, to be honest, Tenet is the sort of movie you have to watch with subtitles on because trust me, dude, some of the audio is a bit, some of the dialogue is a bit muffled, so it's hard for you to understand some of the concepts and the exposition. And we both know this exposition-heavy type of movies. But overall, it's a good movie with an awesome cast from John David Washington all the way to Robert Pattinson and Debicki. You know me and Debicki. She's in it. I'ma watch it. Yeah. So
Yeah, like
so
you forgot
basically,
Michael Caine. You forgot the homie Michael Caine, bro. He's 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 always he's always in like if Nolan ever had a basketball team, like Michael Caine would be a consistent starter. It would be like it's like
oh yeah,
JJ Barea and like Rick Carlisle, the Dallas Mavericks. It's like Michael Caine is always starting. You know, like he's he's always
yeah.
gonna be in a Nolan
do
team.
you think do you think he reads the scripts or does he just say, I'm going to do it?
At this
At this
point,
point, I think he just says yes.
at this point, he's an insider, bro. At this point, he's like whatever. Like if Nolan's like, yeah, like, at this point, like he's beyond an insider, whatever the hell that is. Like he's because
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
he's always in these productions. He's always taking on a significant role in these productions, right? These Nolan productions. So
Yeah.
I mean, good for him, but also because I haven't seen Tenet. And remember in the last episode you were talking to me about how you were going to be able to see Tenet because the IMAX screening. I haven't seen
The
it yet.
IMAX is open, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, a lot of what you said, isn't too different from, you know, it isn't too different from like what what these critical reviews of the movie are. Um,
Okay.
I mean, also also as some basically you know exactly what the fuck you're saying is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm giving you your flowers. Yeah, but yeah, like my thing is like I have a few reservations like just heading into a movie like that where I don't know I don't know if well it's probably gonna be like because Nolan's a technical dude like
Yeah.
um like you said, the allure of the movie is the latent context. It's if that's an apt way of putting it. Like I don't know, but I honestly think people are gonna respond positively to it. Um, yeah, I it's just one of those. Hey man, wait to see it. because it's gonna be a great experience type movies, like
Yeah, and
because
especially in IMAX, like the sound alone,
right,
the score and the sound, it's just an experience. I don't think you can get that same experience if you watch it at home, even on the
right,
biggest telly that you have. Just totally, it, Nolan made it to be an IMAX experience. And
mhm.
when you walk in, even if you're underwhelmed, trust me, the action, you feel like the ticket was worth the price of admission. Yeah. And
It looks like it has this grandiose, like it has this grandiose setting, this grandiose feel to it. Um, Multiple locations, large set pieces, you know,
yeah,
like every staple, like every Nolan production that that we've come to enjoy, like stuff like that. Also, I need to ask about the protagonist because I haven't seen the movie. Um,
okay.
what's it like? Because Nolan has an interesting way of like doing things with with lead characters. Is in some movies like lead characters are really our avatar, like in the movie, like really help us make sense of what's happening around them, and
Yeah.
in others are just bystanders, but bystanders who have a lot of stake in the story. So it's like I said, it's just all these different things that he's able to do. It's really malleable what he, like his reach and what he does. Like these concepts are really malleable to Nolan. Like I just want to know, like, what's it like with John David Washington as the protagonist? Like
Okay. So he's good as the protagonist, but he falls into the pitfall of he's good at everything. So it's more like you said, it's like things are happening around him. The movie
right,
starts out and he's just good at everything. Yeah. And in my experience, I was more invested in the other characters more than I was in him, because I
right.
felt like he was more of a passenger, and the rest were the ones who are the stakeholders in the story and the stakes. And but he really does work well with action sequences, and really plays off well with Elizabeth Debicki and Kenneth Branagh as the villain.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw that. I saw it like the
yeah,
casting decision. Like I was like, whoa, okay, okay, you bring it back an OG man. Like like,
so yeah,
yeah,
so he does shine, but you find people like Robert Pattinson and Aaron Taylor and Elizabeth Debicki tend to shine more than the protagonist, right? He
that
does
Brandon
work
dude,
for the movie.
real quick,
Yeah.
that Brandon dude, he looks really intimidating in the trailers, bro. Like he
Oh
looks
yeah,
like
that guy
that
is
type of nigga. Like
mental.
I ain't taking shit from niggas. Like he looks like that type of dude. Like straight up.
Yeah, this guy
Yeah.
is
So
he's pure evil, and he has obviously the same trope. He has a device, a world-ending device, blah blah blah, and they have to stop him. Yeah, but Brana, I don't think if you watch, you did watch Shadow Recruit,
mhm.
so it's like him reprising that role that he was playing in Shadow Recruit, only on a more fleshed out type of way that
Okay.
Nolan tries to flesh him out. But I don't know, he is not the best villain that we've seen from Nolan movies, akin
Right.
to someone like Heath Ledger or yeah, pretty much. Um
Don't mention any other villain's name in the same breath as fucking Heath Ledger, man. Like that
yeah,
dude.
but in it, uh-huh.
Oh man, that performance, man. Every time I think about it, man, like I mean, every time I really think about it, man, I'm like, shit. I don't know how you can top that. Um, and I'm just talking about the role of the Joker. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
uh,
his
you know,
overall
yeah, I'm not talking
career.
about villains in general. But like even still, when you like try to like like when you try to compare him to all these other villains, not just in Nolan movies, I mean, you realize, man, this guy
He
was
was
special,
another
man.
he
That
was
guy
on
was
another
different.
level. Yeah.
That homie was different, bro. That guy was different. So, yeah, if Kenneth Branagh, if he's a good villain in that movie, then I like to see a good villain. So that's probably another reason. I was
He's
gonna
he's
check it
he's
out
an
anyway. Like,
he's an okay villain. He's not like someone you'll walk out of the theater and think like wow, this guy was the best, one of the best villains I've seen. He does the job that's needed of him.
all right, so
But
he
the other
serviced,
cast,
right?
yeah,
So he
yeah,
serviced the movie as opposed
yes,
to transcending it, right? Like he
yeah,
served. It
yeah,
was a lot. Okay. I
yeah.
can see
It
that.
was okay.
That's
And to answer your other question about the protagonist,
right.
he wears good suits. One of Nolan's traits. All his characters always have those dapper, suits.
Yeah, like
Everyone has a suit,
yeah, like when
fancy
you like
suits.
yeah, it's a yeah, it's another one of those those Nolan tropes. Like also these long walks and these these lush locations.
Yeah,
like these strolls and these lush locations, like these lush backdrops. Like that's another staple in Nolan's filmmaking.
yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, and that's
yeah,
that's one of the other things
it's
that
stuff like
works
that.
for Tenet,
Right.
because he goes to the location themselves, and you get that sense of that. Obviously, he could have done it on a soundstage, but he
Right.
was like, no, he wants to bring out the performance in
Right.
his actors. You have them
Right.
in the real world locations. If they're on a boat, they're actually on a boat and they're acting. It fits their performance, and the locations look really beautiful. One of the things that the other thing that's good when you watch it in IMAX, you feel like, oh, this is Italy, this is Kiev, and so on and so forth. Um, Before we finish, there's one thing I just want to
And the
mention.
time inversion.
Yeah,
And the whole like the time concept. I don't want you to explain it because
yeah.
like
I'm
you'd
not.
be
I'm not
entering
going to
spoiler
explain it.
territory.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
going to
want you to
explain
get
it.
PNG by anybody, bruh. I don't want you to become persona non grata in this motherfucker. Like yo,
Like,
just like
yeah.
doesn't
So
it? I just want to ask, like, how does it feel? Like rather, how did it feel like just watching? Because in some sequences, like we see in the trailer,
yeah,
there's a progression, and like just right next to it, there's something happening like in the opposite direction, basically
in
like like
reverse.
a time reversal. Like it's inversion. Like you see things happen like just two, like in two like separate continuums. Like if that even makes any
Okay.
sense. Like in two separate like uh uh two separate like just passages of time. Like it's crazy, man. Like how does that feel? Like just watching that.
Well, I'll say this: when invasion starts, things get
Mhm.
crazy. The movie goes from like a 10 to an 11. I'll say that. And I'll add one more thing to that because I can't explain the invasion. You have to watch it, you have to experience it.
Don't do that.
Um,
Don't do that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
will reach from beyond this motherfucking computer and slap the shit out of you if you explain it right now. Like I
No, no,
will reach through this computer. Like,
I wanted to explain it.
right.
I just want to point out when people go watch it, um, keep an eye out for something called the temporal pincer movement. That's like one of the best things in the movie. It's going to blow your mind. So keep an eye out for that. But overall, the invasion looks really cool and it's executed flawlessly. Not something we've never seen before, and that it works. And that's what I like about Nolan. He comes up with a concept and he sticks with it. He goes with it. And
Yeah, that's a
therefore,
technical nigga. He hella
yeah,
technical.
yeah. So even though sometimes the explanations can be overwhelming,
Right.
but then the inversion makes, even if you don't understand what's happening, like I said, at some point just sit back and just enjoy the action because it looks so grand and awesome and it's a fun drive. It's a fun experience. So yeah, that's all I'll say about Tenet for now.
All right, man. All right, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you
Yeah,
sharing that.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping
because
for a second and a third viewing, before it bows out of theaters. Yeah.
I'm just hoping we can get that over here. So